responsible for staffing, budget, and FT development. Okay. Um, created departmental action plans and workflows to focus on quality improvement, production efficiency. Okay. So do you remember these on page number 3? Oh, sorry, 4. The first bullet on page number 4: created departmental action plans and workflows that focus on quality improvement and production efficiency.
Yes, that's back when I was a manager.
Yeah. So what is this about exactly? Like, by how much
Well,
did you improve the quality and staff productivity here, and how did you do that?
I have to go back and look at. It's been some years since I looked at
Oh,
it on
oh,
how much we changed quality.
okay,
I wouldn't, yeah, I wouldn't know off the top of my head. I'd have to go back and research it. I
okay.
know that I know that we made strides. I oversaw at that point a desk review team that supported our national organization, and I know that I was able to improve quality on that end probably by, I would say,
On what
within
end? On what end?
it was when I was the manager there. I oversaw a desk review team that
Okay, okay.
increased. So, and the desk review team helped out everybody nationally, and I know we
Right.
were able to improve quality. I want to say by 3 or 4 points.
Okay,
So which was pretty good. I don't
right,
remember the quality metrics for the rest of the team,
right.
and I don't remember the service part of it
Okay.
off
But
the
do you
top of my
remember,
head.
like, what were these like action plans and workflows exactly? Like, what do you mean by action plans and workflows? Like, what did you develop? You said you created action plans and you created workflows. So did you introduce new processes? Did you like analyze existing weaknesses in the team and like made changes to the team? So did you do any of that stuff?
Yeah, so we initiated service plans, um, roughly kind of what we're doing now nationally. We initiated service plans of kind of constructing the appropriate times on when to contact the member. I'm trying to think, going back there. Um, I know we created plans on how frequently the supervisors were to be in the file to review claims so that they were constant and continuously coaching and training and developing their staff.
Right.
Um, I'm trying to think what else. It's been a while. Yeah, I can't. I'd have to kind of think a little harder. I can't really
Right. Okay,
think
that's no
of. Yeah.
problem. We'll just move on. Okay. Uh, development and manage. Develop and manage quality standards and expectations across department for adjusters and national support effort for desk. Okay, we've talked about the national support effort for desk review. Um, okay, you developed quality standards and expectations for them. Like, how did you ensure that these were like realistic quality standards and expectations, and then like these were aligned with corporate, like the overall corporate goals?
Again, initiating utilizing a tracking mechanism, but it was just
Okay.
at a regional level. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All
And
right.
so yeah, it was
Okay.
just ensuring that again, everybody, same thing. Everybody knew where they stood at all
Okay.
times, making sure that everybody knew how that they were performing against the goals, things like that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Could you? Okay. The support effort we talked about. Did you guide adjusters on exceeding? Okay. No. Ensure supervisor. Okay. Are appropriate, measurable, that they yield results. Okay, right. Over here, certain that you okay, this is your manager position, so you have supervisors under you, right? So you ensure that supervisor action plans are appropriate, measurable, and that they yield desired results to improve team quality and production efficiency. So did you train these supervisors on any like management techniques, like planning, something along those lines?
Yeah, I ended up pretty much rehiring that entire team. So we added four. I hired four new supervisors. And I was obviously tasked with their development as leaders.
Okay.
So yeah, that was a big initiative back then.
Okay. All right. And okay, you were also tasked with like mentoring and guiding them, right? So like you mentored and
Yep.
not guided them not to do their job. All right. Okay. Understood. And how to manage the people under them, right?
Right.
Okay. How did you evaluate the effectiveness? Okay, yeah. So you said over here that you ensured that their action plans, supervisors' action plans are appropriate and measurable, and like they yielded desirable results. So how did you like evaluate their action plans? Did you just
Well, and
use
a
your
lot of
experience?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it too is just the idea of not micromanaging. Is obviously you hire leaders, you have to put them in a position to make decisions.
Right,
And you just wanted to understand kind of what their goals were, what they were trying to accomplish, what plans that they had for further developing their staff and ensuring that they could focus on quality and service. It was just ensuring that they had a game plan and a goal, and then checking in with them regularly to ensure that that they were accomplishing what they intended, and that we could track and measure the effectiveness of the plan. So it was just kind of giving them the freedom to lead, but ensuring that they were accomplished, that they had goals, and that they were on the right track to getting the performance out of their people that they were
right.
targeting. So that was the logic behind it.
Okay, so what happened if their action plans weren't working? What would you
Then
do?
we then then a lot of it was coaching and training them. It was
Okay,
because a lot of them were new, so a lot of coaching and training and understanding, what was what was viable, what was not,
okay,
ensuring that they understood the metrics, understood that they were comfortable holding people accountable. New leaders, they struggle sometimes with when to put somebody on a written corrective action, when to fire somebody, when to terminate somebody, how to
right,
performance manage people. So a lot of it was to determining the reason why, kind of recalibrate, reassess whether or not the goal was appropriate, and then looking at their team and determining how to performance manage people, how to track, how to document information so that you can performance manage people. Um, that was a challenge. That was something that teaching new people how to be leaders is hard, especially if they're smart. But it's just something we had to do.
right. Okay. So the next bullet, let's come to the next bullet. Like you implemented processes to ensure like closing ratios are appropriate across the department, right? So what were these processes?
Is this under the manager?
This is we just did this bullet, ensure that supervisor action plans are appropriate. So it's below that, the bullet right below that, manage and implement processes around current inventory status, trends, and progress to ensure that closing ratios are appropriate. This one,
Oh, 1 second.
it's on page number 4, right below what
Okay.
we in the previous bullet we discussed.
Okay. And this is let's see. I'm trying to see. I see
It's the
stakeholder and
fourth,
CAT strategy. It's the fourth bullet.
the fourth bullet on page 4.
Development and manage quality standards and expectations across departments.
Go 2 bullets below that,
Ensure that supervisor action plans are appropriate, measurable, and that they yield desired results.
the one below that.
Sorry, I'll get there, Waleed. I apologize. Manage and implement processes around current inventory status, trends,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
progress
this
to
one.
ensure that closing ratio. Okay.
Yeah, this one.
So this is through a different group. So I actually oversaw our national desk review team at the time,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I also oversaw our entire vendor operation for homes. So it was ensuring that that our vendors were adhering to the service level agreements of their contracts,
Right. Okay.
so that they were, inspecting and doing whatever they had to within the time frame
Right.
that was allotted and with the appropriate volume. And then the desk review was the same. It was ensuring
Right.
that they were handling the appropriate amount of work that they had. They were effective from a production standpoint,
Right. Okay.
and that the trending was appropriate based on the goals outlined for the team. So it was tough because we had a group of adjusters, and then we had vendor specialists, and then we had desk reviewers. So we had to make sure that everybody was kind of trending and that they were accomplishing their tasks appropriately, I guess.
Okay. All right. So this part about implementing processes. So what processes did you refer to exactly? Because you're ensuring stuff, you're like managing stuff. I get the management bit, but I'm not getting the implement process bit.
Well, it was what it was is it was opening up thresholds so that they could pay things faster, in the
Okay.
sense of so that they could expedite payments within certain thresholds, um,
Okay.
so that we could identify the appropriate risk tolerance for certain claims, and we could resolve claims faster if needed. Um, Focusing on claims that had more of an exposure. So it was simply just kind of organizing claim profiles so that we could expedite resolution. That was kind
Right.
of the logic behind it.
Okay. So
Yeah, it was probably a big part of it.
organizing these claims profiles, was this your initiative?
Well, the initiative was to ensure that the team it was to ensure that we could raise the quality for the entire organization,
Right.
and that the team would have the ability to handle as many claims as possible and to resolve as many claims as possible with
Right.
the highest degree of quality, really,
Right.
and
Okay.
service. So that was kind of the initiative, was to really to push production. And so that's why we would organize the claim profile so that we can encourage faster settlement and execution. So it
Right.
was
Improve
it
productivity.
allowed us to, yeah, it allowed us to increase production and also increase cycle time so that we could
Right.
settle
Okay.
claims faster too.
Right. Okay. And like, was this your idea? Like doing all this stuff?
Are you saying what was the idea, or was it my idea? I'm sorry, what
Was
was
it
that?
your idea? Was it your idea?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. All right. Create and manage active scorecards for supervisors, adjusters to ensure that appropriate parties are notified of current progress. Okay. Uh, the bullet right below this bullet, create and manage active scorecards for supervisors slash adjusters. Do you see that?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to go back to something very similar to what we talked about under the executive umbrella.
Okay.
It's something that, ensuring that pretty much creating and managing active scorecards. So it was just creating a dashboard or a statistical profile, like a scorecard, so that people are always aware of where they were at, and then it organized the information more effectively. So there was one kind
Okay.
of central depository where they could find everything.
Okay. All right. Other than this, we have okay. HQ vendor manage. Um. Right. So you said that you manage audits and quality overview of vendors. We talked about like how you oversaw like vendors, like how you how to say it, your oversight over like vendors. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we haven't talked about it other than just ensuring, it was ensuring that they're meeting their service level agreements. It
yeah,
was
yeah,
stepping in. It was stepping in and assisting on any type of um, uh, what are, disputes between insureds and contractors. So
right,
assisting in claim resolution when there's concerns of either service or workmanship issues.
Right. Okay.
Trying to settle customer escalations. Um,
Okay.
yeah,
So these
really, yeah.
workflows,
Go.
of like auditing and like oversight over vendors, did you do anything to like hasten this to like speed this up?
Um, well, we tried. It didn't work. We are
Oh,
now. But back then, it was probably more of a management thing than
okay.
probably. I mean, it. I think a lot of what we did back then didn't work. It failed probably.
Yeah.
We didn't we managed the group, but we didn't get people to. We didn't convince our staff to use the program,
Oh,
and so yeah, it just there was issues with the program. The staff didn't want to use it, and then I think
oh,
we didn't really do what we needed to do for the vendors, which now
okay.
we are. So I think it's just, it was, yeah, back then it
Right.
was really just, it was more of less, instead of kind of pushing it forward, it was more of like trying to keep everything together instead of letting it
Right.
fall apart. So we main,
Okay.
we maintained the relationships, but we didn't expand the relationships. Um, we tried to ensure that the majority of the claims were handled within certain timelines. And then when any issues were brought forward, then, I would oftentimes, not on every one, but I've assisted in stepping in and helping resolve disputes. Um,
Okay.
but now, I mean, I think now it's more so we're in a position where we're going to, now we're going to be in a position to kind of take it to another level. And that's part of our initiative that we're going to launch here in the next month or so. So I think
Oh,
we're doing that, but we're doing it now instead
very well.
of.
What's this initiative? Could you tell me about this?
Yeah, you want me to tell you what we're doing now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we are. So we've changed our processes so that we can better meet the demands of the contractors.
Right.
We're so that we can ensure that we're paying the appropriate amounts, and that we take into account, additional costs that are, that contractors incur. So we've come to an agreement on certain overhead. Well, I'll just say we've come to agreement on increasing administrative costs to assist
Okay.
contractors in the repair of homes.
Okay.
Which will help induce more. The contractors they're going to be willing to perform more repairs for us. They'll be willing to do the work faster. It's something that we're going to leverage nationwide, not just in specific regions and territories.
But
It's also
why
good. Yeah.
why will
What's
why will they be